Good morning, Franz. How you doing? How's everybody today? Cans to the face, first thing. The abuse. The abuse. Also, take your maracas. I don't know how late Neff was up, but his icon was still green when I went to bed at like 2:15. So I don't know how long it's gonna be before he shows up and tells us to take our medicine. Hydrate! Good morning, Aki. Let's see who was. Oh, Neff was actually here early. Yeah, Neff was here early. Followed by Cora. Conk received first place. Congratulations. Gold medal for you. So Conk was third. First and third at the same time. Fantasy fourth. Aki fifth. How's everybody today? It's good to be back. I missed you guys yesterday. My doctor's appointment went pretty well. It was basically in and out. I left half an hour early. It takes a little less than 15 minutes to drive there, and I arrived 8 minutes late because the traffic and the weather were so bad. It was not good. That's for sure. A mobile device gives you advantage? I don't know. There's Neff. A stretch and hydrate. I haven't done a stretch this morning. Let's do that. Pipe and pals, don't chuck. Make sure you get your breakfast. Hey Neff, something I learned on Gander Social this morning. If you're a coffee drinker, there's a brand of coffee at Giant Tiger, apparently, that it's called Birch Bark Coffee Company. And part of the profits from the company goes to development of indigenous communities. So the coffee company is also run by our indigenous peoples. So if you like coffee, I know you go to Giant Tiger for things. I might start doing a little bit more shopping at Giant Tiger too, because they're a Canadian company. They're still Canadian. M&M Meats, or M&M Food Market. It used to be called M&M Meats, but now it's M&M Food Market. They are no longer Canadian, so no more shopping there. They recently bought out. But if you're a coffee drinker, Birch Bark Coffee Company is an indigenous run company right here out of Ottawa. So that's the Gander news this morning. And Doug Ford is an asshole and cut OSAP, which is the Ontario Student Assistance Program, our student loan program, from 85% to 20%. Or no, from 80. Yeah, it was 85% down to something like 20 or 25%. It's bad. It's like, yes, let's make higher education more inaccessible to the poor. I'm sure that'll help our economic future so much. He's like, oh, well, students should take things that are in higher demand, like trades, and not basket weaving. It's like, basket weaving isn't even offered, you dumbass piece of shit. So, yeah. If anything, basket weaving would be an elective, and you would be learning a historical trade, which in some cases is in demand in places. But, yeah, everyone I know who went to university or college and took in-demand trade jobs still don't have jobs because they can't get apprenticeships, because guess what? There are none. All of the people, all of the boomers who are in the trades now, I'll look at that in a moment. I'm having a thought. all the boomers who didn't save their money properly, who worked in trades, are taking up the spaces in trades, and young people can't get in and get apprenticeships. And then those boomers are retiring and not training new apprentices. So we're having a shortage of people to train the apprentices because the boomers wouldn't leave their jobs because they were stupid and didn't save. Meanwhile, Neff showed me a chart last night of wealth distribution, and it's a mood. It's a real mood. Hold on, let me bring that up. We'll just turn that off. Oh, I've got my costume. I was doing a little bit of work last night. Share of wealth by generation. The millennials are fucked. These baby boomer guys, they wouldn't leave the trades because they didn't save their money. And now my generation is paying the price for it. And the kids after us, they're being fucked even more because now they can't get student loans. And because their parents don't have any money, that would be the Gen X and the millennials. Because we don't have any money, we can't afford to send our kids to school either. Because these assholes in the baby boomer section, they have all of the money and all of the power, and they run the government, and I am so pissed. Doug Ford needs to go. He keeps winning, and his brother kept winning too, and they're just Trump-like, and they need to go. They need to just go away. So, that's my Angie this morning. Anyway, we'll bring that back up. Ross is streaking! A 90 stream streak. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us, Ross. That is wild. It pisses me off how we're blamed for all of society's ills. Yes. Solution? Gun. Absolutely. No, I just wish he would go the same way as his brother. Just die. Just die. And, you know, if the liberals would stop cucking themselves, being idiots, and people would stop picking, you know, one of two parties to vote for, it's like, you know, there's NDPs and Greens as well in the provincial seating, in the provincial seats. Like, please, can we vote for some other parties? Yeah, but, you know, die of quote-unquote natural causes. I think his brother died of a heart attack, or diabetes or something. Probably from cocaine use. Alright, let's look at our Mosasaurus hoffmanni. This feels like a meme. Mosasaurus hoffmanni. Does it have to do with Dustin Hoffman? The Meuse river lizard is an extinct species of large marine reptile that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 82 to 66 million years ago. That's a good chunk of time. The largest known mosasaurs, reaching lengths of 12 to 17 meters. They're big boys. We'll bring up the skeleton. They're kind of freaky boys too. Hold on, bring this up. Anyway, go to this. Close that nonsense, get rid of it. It makes me angry. Create new from clipboard, here we go. Natural cause, brick, falling out the window, various things. They're big boys. Apparently even their eyeballs had bones. How's everyone holding up so far? I'm good. Good news, I'm making a girl, or a gift for a friend. I read that as girl for a friend. I'm making a gift for a friend, and I'm remaking the Dark Oak Forest Island into a Fey Island. Costume biome? Oh, custom biome. That's that one. What you wrote was costume. I was very confused. That's alright. English is hard. English is very hard. Say that was a Freudian slip, but that isn't fair. Probably isn't accurate either. What? Named after Johann Leonard Hoffman, not Dustin Hoffman. Okay. The scleral rings? Yeah, lots of reptiles and birds have them. Eye bones! Eye bones is I believe, an option in Vignan as well. You can set the eye bones. Yeah, in this case, actually one of my settings has changed. Tracking effects. Is it in here? Base setting? No. There's something. Phone AR. Linked eye blinks. Hi, now I can wink again. Use eye bones. I can wink again. Yay! I had that set different when I was having trouble with my, hello? Oh, fuck it. God damn. iCloud syncing. I was like, why did my Vignan just suddenly stop working just now? What did I do? Why did I break it? No, it's fucking iCloud. It was a gift for girl. Yes. It's an English enjoyer. English sucks ass. Some people are into that, I guess. Say it's too early for horny. Alright, let's turn our Spirit City back on. Words. Oh my god, I'm struggling today. You know what? Let's change the lighting because the afternoon lighting is better. And activity bay window. We can do some stretching. Pigeon does nothing. We can do some stretching before we get into things. It's nice to just hang out a little bit before we get to working. I might set to co-working because I think we've done the reading and writing for a little while. So we're going to do co-working. So we're going to change our category up for today. You see if you can get yourself to draw a little. Perfect. Yeah, I've slowly been working on the witches, so I'm at the point where I've started doing line work for them, and it's such small, fine work that takes so long that doing it on stream would be boring for people. So, during the periods where I don't want to listen to news during the day, I've switched to doing a little bit of drawing while I catch up on the news. Before I do anymore, I'm gonna go make some food. Yes, eating is good. I took Mew Juice out to sushi yesterday for her birthday. It was good. I hadn't been to sushi with Mew Juice in a few years. Long time. And that was like the last time I went, it was like a huge party of people. And it was still, the business was a different name. I know I need to follow news, but I'm still prone to anger and rage. I'll just filter for you. Anything that's really vastly important, I'll let you know. Don't use Ring doorbells. Stay away from them. Even though they stopped working with Flock, at least they said they did. Don't trust them. Discord is walking back their things a little bit, but don't trust them. And I say walking back their things, I mean they're still doing the age verification, but they're like, we're not working with Persona. And then there was a leak of like 100 million accounts from one of these quote-unquote secure companies that's collecting all of our data. So that's all out there. And I noticed that suddenly I'm getting a lot of spam texts and calls on my phone in the last couple of days since that. So I feel like my information got out there too. Which is infuriating. At least my phone number. But it could just be that, you know, there's a list somewhere that they decided to try and continue, or my number came up in their random lottery a couple of times. So that's frustrating. So, capitalism, the fucking best. Yeah, well, I've shared a video to Sciences, I think, on the history of revolutions, or I guess rather more like the science behind revolutions, how revolutions start, and usually these cyclical moments that they go through. And what you're seeing in the United States is exactly what's happening. And if they don't course correct, it's only going to get worse. So, don't mean to alarm you in the US, but Minnesota is one of those moments where like, they're holding things together, I think. You see the people of Minnesota uniting in a non-violent way, and that's the most important part, is the non-violence and, you know, swinging extremes in one direction or the other. Yeah, but like, if you know where the system fails, and you know where revolutions always fail, you can, and you know, things do fall into a revolution of sorts. If that happens, you know, you're armed with the knowledge of, you know, where we need to stop and make things different so that we don't repeat history like in the French Revolution or the Russian Revolution, where things were real bad. Welcome back, Cora. Arm yourself with knowledge and good health. I was saying my doctor's appointment yesterday, it is now confirmed I have arthritis in both my knees. That was what I waited months to find out, the thing that I already knew. Yes, the Romanian Revolution. I don't think it was covered much in the piece. They focused mainly on French, on France, Russia, and American revolutions. Knowledge. Yep, knowledge. Noodlages! Noodlages. Noodles. Sorry, rubbing my eyes. Oh, I know about the Romanian Revolution because one of my professors at university was an activist during it. Because he's from Romania. And his brother, no, not his brother, a different guy I know. He and his brother are from Ukraine. And his brother stayed behind. I don't know what became of him. Can we go make our own country? I rather like Canada, to be honest. It's just our Conservative Party and our Maple MAGA, because there are idiots everywhere you go. The stupid people in Canada think that becoming Usonian is better for us. And I'm like, well, if you love them so much, just go down and join them. Oh wait, you'll probably get thrown in jail because they don't want you. It's like seeing, Black and Hispanic MAGA people. I'm just like, you realize that you're rooting for the side that wants you dead, right? Like, they consider you less than trash. And you're siding with them. Are you stupid? Yes. The answer is yes, they're stupid. Like Brexiters? Yes. It's the same thing. Brexit and MAGA, QAnon, Maple MAGA. All of those are just a psyop from the Epstein elites to try and control the world. All of it. All of it was. And other dark forces from our enemies have sort of taken over the project. Yes, but this is what Nuremberg trials are for. And we've got to do a better job than the Nuremberg trials. And the best part is, everything's recorded. All of these people who went out to the protests, they recorded everything. We've seen it all. There are people who are compiling lists of these individuals who are against freedom and whatnot. And, guess what? They're gonna go to jail. Because that's where they belong. Leave the thing that has been benefiting our country and everything mysteriously went down the loo. Yeah, like, why is the UK doing so poorly right now? 'Cause you left the EU, you fuckers. 'Cause you were all part of the plan for the rich to make more money. That's what it is. Because cult behavior, yep. But, something's gotta give. Yeah, the people at the top setting up that shit to begin with, they need to go to jail. I think once there's a better administration in place, what the US should do is allow all of the other countries access a full unredacted copy to the Epstein files. All of it. Like, we're talking like top defense and unredacted has to have access to that. Of every nation. Every single nation on Earth needs to have access to this information. With exception to the victims. The victims need to be protected. Oh. It rolled off. Also, the goalposts moving. Yeah, that people will always move the goalposts. If it's to protect themselves, or to protect their fragile little worlds, always. The only redacted part should be the victims, yes. And that's what the law that Congress passed said, and yet the DOJ is still putting out redacted copies with, in some cases, victims' names, because it's a way of intimidating victims to be like, see, we are still in control of all of this information, and you can't do shit because we're in charge now. And honestly, I'm waiting for some guy in the DOJ to have copied all of the files and go and do the victim redactions himself or herself. Like, just a team of people infiltrated into the DOJ together. They copy every last file, take it out of the DOJ, redact the victims themselves, and then post it all. And that'll really fuck shit up. Do like a full WikiLeaks on that shit. Because I really want to see just how much they're still hiding. Because you know they're still hiding a lot. Apparently they've only released actually 5%, something like that. Between 3 and 5% of the actual files. Which is alarming. So, they told us that there's like 6 million files. Apparently there's over 100 million. And like, I know a lot of that's just gonna be like receipts and taxes and, you know, like phone records of inane things like, you know, going to the doctor's appointment or getting a spam call. You know, there's all of that kind of stuff too. There's totally innocuous everyday things that are mixed in with those files. But what else is also mixed in with those files that's very relevant to, you know, what's going on? And they're not releasing that? I'm sorry. But the law said you release all of the files with only redactions of the victims. That is it. And yet, they still haven't done it. They've ignored the court orders, they've ignored the laws passed by Congress, and they still haven't been arrested because they're the ones who would be doing the arresting. And I think Congress needs to go to the military and be like, you need to arrest these people. You go to the National Guard or something. There's got to be a way to be able to arrest a president. There has to be a way. Not just 25th Amendment shit. There has to be a way to actually arrest this man. Preferably before he dies. And I'm not a big fan of posthumous justice. He needs to be punished while he's still alive. You need to impeach the entire GOP. They all need to be in jail. Kash Patel's lied under oath several times and he's still not being punished. Pam Bondi has lied under oath several times and she's still not being punished. And it's infuriating because if anybody else did that, they would be in jail before you could say Bob's your uncle. Are you kidding? If the Dems even so much as thought of doing any of this shit, even considered it, the party would eat them alive. And yet, there are still Dems defending them, and those Dems need to go too. And people are getting real mad. You need real fighting Dems. So, you know, like, what's his face? The one that's leading the House right now, or whatever it's called. That guy needs to go. That little, like, ball gargling diet Republican Democrat. MAGA, blue MAGA. Blue MAGAs need to go. Like, I'm Canadian, and I really shouldn't care about how the US is crashing and burning, because it's, better for my country because we're doing so well right now, even though I still can't find a job, but we're doing really well right now. And but I do care because I see the people suffering. And that's what I hate the most. I see the people suffering, and borders have always been meaningless to me. Like, I've been on the internet since I was, about 17, mostly 19 is when I started really getting into it. It's basically my whole life at this point. And all of my friends are from all over the world. Heck, Kufu comes here, he's from somewhere in Africa. Like, we've got people from Central Asia. We've got Australians. There's all sorts of people in my community, and I care about them all. I care about what their governments are doing. I care about how they're treating their people. I just want the people to live well. Nobody should have $1 billion. Nobody needs $1 billion. I understand that, like, development of certain things is very expensive, but that's what, government grants are for. Oh, you wanna develop a rocket company? Okay, well, show us your plan, and your engineers and your teams, and we can give you a government grant for this. It has to be vetted, and it has to be, the money has to be used properly. It's a public trust kind of thing. This is why, like, I invest in Gander Social, because I believe that the internet can be a better place, that big tech companies can exist and not swallow society whole and, vore it to death in an attempt to milk as much capital from them as possible. I go into Gander Social in the morning when I get my coffee, and I read some of the posts to my family because they're usually very positive things, And this morning I found a post. Someone was like, yeah, somebody said really some mean and nasty things. They call them an effing F word. And Gander Social was like, yes, this violates this section of our community guidelines, and this post has been removed and the user will be dealt with appropriately. And Gander is fine with people sharing moderation team stuff openly like that. And I'm like, that's wonderful. And it was dealt with within minutes, apparently. And I believe you're allowed to report AI things as well. Gander's not the most easy to use system, but it's social media that's going in the right direction. And I believe that, we can democratize the internet. We can have multiple companies that offer the same kinds of services. And we can also have free speech, but, we can have speech with consequences. Free speech comes with consequences, just like having the freedom of being an adult comes with responsibility and consequences for your actions. If you're an asshole on the internet, you shouldn't be boosted to everybody. You should just be quietly shoved in a corner and shamed and ignored and shut up. I believe that we can have an internet like that without mass surveillance and without algorithms shoving advertisements down our throats. I'm a shareholder in Gander, but I don't need my shares in Gander to constantly grow and give me, new percentages every single day, right? And that's what I like about Gander, is they're trying to do the right thing. And so I put my money where my mouth is. The little bit of money that I get from you guys watching advertisements or subscribing, or mostly just Necromancer running Necrocon. And I invested about $200 and some odd to get some shares in Gander. So I am one of the founding members of Gander. And I think if more people, made serious decisions like that, I think the world overall would start to become a better place. And sometimes it just takes one or two people trying to do the right thing that changes everything. Yep, thanks to our Barrow father, I am now a shareholder in Gander Social. But, I believe in investing in the future. If I can buy shares in Copenhagen Atomics, I would do so as well. They're building microthorium reactors. It's pretty cool. I'm always sharing stuff that comes up about them when I find it. Who else? Haven. I think Haven might have some problems still. I don't think they have quite a complete plan or a complete team. There's not enough information for me to consider investing in Haven. They have to consider how that their company is going to sustain itself. People have talked about ads on Gander Social, but I haven't seen any, and it makes me wonder if it's because I'm an investor, I don't see any. But companies can, like Norway did, I believe. Norway has a fund that invests in other companies globally that, the return on those investments helps pay for more things for Norway. I think other companies can do that. They can build portfolios and invest in other companies in the ecosystem. And if those companies do well, your company is also doing pretty well, and then you don't need to have ads shoving down people's throats to make billions of dollars, because you don't need billions of dollars. You need enough money to run your company and pay your employees and keep your company afloat. It's one of the things I liked about the last company that I actually worked for, the commissionaires. 95% of all of their profits go back to paying the people. So they can offer things like competitive higher wages for the people on the very bottom, as well as really good health care and coverage, maternity leave, free uniforms. I don't know what you're getting at, Fantasy. I also have almost no money, and I don't really have a job. But you have social services. Fantasy, you have no job, but you're living on your own in your own apartment, and is that because you have social services? Because that's what that investment fund is for. That's what that investment fund is giving you. Now, we need universal basic income for sure. But my parents paid for my apartment for almost 15 years, right? And I moved home because things just got too expensive. And I was suffering from my depression so much that there are some days, many, many days, I just couldn't do anything. And it's only in the last year, literally the last year, since I started streaming that my life has been getting better, and it's mostly because of you guys. I'm not ashamed of, having been cucked by society. Utterly, completely fucked, in fact. Not just cucked, but fucked. Things have been vastly unfair for my generation. It's not that I lack skills, I just lack opportunities. And, seeing things like OSAP getting stripped from 85% to 20 or 25% because the government's like, oh, you shouldn't take basket weaving. Excuse me, but I took, police foundations and events management and computer science and independent studies looking for where I fit into society and interactive media. I want to do psychology. I wanted to do weather sciences, but I didn't have the grades for that because guess what? I had undiagnosed ADHD my entire life, and now I can't afford my medication, and the government is fucking me around with all sorts of things because you keep changing the goalposts. But every time we see UBI tested, it works. Every single time. UBI works. We need UBI. I would spend more time creating and less time worrying about a job or finding a job because I would have the means to survive and thrive without having to worry about, there's no cashiers at Walmart because everything's run by AI. Or, there's no trade jobs because the boomers didn't save, so now they're still working into their 60s and 70s and even 80s and taking up the apprentice slots. Oh, my dad's here for my coffee. Sorry, we're talking. Not much drinking, there's more talking happening. But, before I left, I had applied to disability, and I didn't hear back, before I left Kitchener. So, back when my family told me that I would have to move home, and we're like, okay, so it's gonna be at the end of September, I applied for Ontario Disability, and, they're like, okay, we'll call you. And they never called me. And then months later, just the day after I leave, Sai gets something in the mail, and she's like, oh, this is your Ontario Disability stuff. And I'm like, okay, so can you get that sent to me? So she pays for an expedited parcel. The day she sends it, Canada Post goes on strike. I don't get it until after the deadline to respond to that paperwork. They're like, oh yeah, we needed it last month. And it didn't arrive until after that because of Canada Post and their strike, because there's a company that owns Canada Post that, Canada Post used to be a crown corporation run by the government. There's a company that owns Canada Post that also owns Purolator. So guess who's raising the prices and shittifying Canada Post so that more people use Purolator? I'll tell you. It's Purolator. It's asinine. Bell Canada. The taxpayers paid to have all of the telecommunications lines laid in Canada. It was a crown corporation, It's created and run by the government. I have a soda. And, yeah. They sold it. They sold it to a private company. They wanted to do that with Ontario Hydro as well, and it was the Liberal government that was doing that. They're trying to cancel their health care because they want to make more money for the corporation owners. CBC went the same way. The CRTC is full of telecommunications giants, former boards of directors. So they're like, oh, if we can break this up more, our buddies can earn more money. And it's so infuriating to watch it happen because there's nothing you can do about it. And we just need someone in government with the balls to do the right thing. You know, which is what I really like about what Norway's got going on with their government, like, investment thing. And Canada needs to do something like that. And Canada also needs an investment in Canadian companies so that these Canadian companies will be like, hey, government, can I get a little grant to get started? And you get a certain amount of shares in my company, so like a percentage of profits for like 10 years or something, or until they've made the equivalent of the grant plus a little bit of interest back. So if the company fails, like, that money's lost. But if the company succeeds, the government's going to get that money back and plus a little bit of investment. And then once the grant money is restored back to the pool of grant money, plus a little bit extra as a, like, you know, kind of like a tip, like, hey, thanks for your help. Here's some more money for more programs that's going to invest in more companies for the future. Wow. It's not that difficult. And as someone who wants to start, like, the LARP Town project, like, I would love to have some grant money to be able to set up a nice campground that's more focused on, like, nature and conservation and, you know, geology, as well as the arts and history and blah blah blah. All that rot, preaching to the choir, sorry. You know, I would love to have a government investment program where I could be like, here's our plan laid out, you know, can we get a grant to buy this piece of land that is presently for sale, and, you know, over the next however long it takes, you know, when profits start coming in from, because people love campgrounds, they love getting out into society, into nature, from away from society. That's what I was trying to say. I'm sorry, I have things to say. You know, if I could do that, and like had a clear avenue to such a thing, I would already be there. I would already be there. I'm not looking for free handouts, but I'm also looking for assistance. I'm fine with doing the work. But if I had UBI, I would live frugally, save my money, and shove it into an investment savings account. That's another plan that I have is, you know, my profits, part of my profits from LARP Town, if it were a thing that was profitable, would go towards an investment portfolio, and those returns would go back to the project. Kind of like what Norway's doing. So, yeah. I wish Canada would do something like that. These are just thoughts that I have. I don't know if they would actually work, but it seems logical. The problem is, most people don't have enough money to invest. And the only way people seem to be able to make money nowadays is by investing. The only reason I even have any money at all in stock assets is because I invested really early. And those things are growing extremely slowly. And they've just been in there for the last 20 years. And, like, I had to invest in something risky with the little bit of money that I did have in order to get faster, higher returns so that eventually I could pump it into something that's not risky and stable. But, like, people shouldn't have to do that. Alright, see you later, Ross. But I think with that, my throat is sore from talking now. I'm going to bring up our timer and let you guys get some work done because this is supposed to be co-working. Let's get some typing sounds. We'll do some work in the window. The bird doesn't do anything apparently. He's very cute though. Move the window over so I can actually see the chat. And once again, 15-minute work sessions. Let's go. Sorry to talk for over an hour. I had things to say. I had thoughts. Thanks for the concussion, Death. How you doing today? I like your little TTS that you sent through. We're doing work now. You missed the like hour-long talk of me rambling about stuff. I had things to say. It's probably because I didn't get to say anything yesterday, and there's a bit more to say today. But welcome back to Distraction, people. A little 5-minute break for you before we go back to work. Do a little bit of cleaning. Death coming in like a wrecking ball. As usual. Yep. Quack, quack, quack. Do a little bit of tidying while we take our break from work. Do more work while we work. Do more work while we break from our work. It's never ending. Why didn't I stream yesterday? I said several times that I had a doctor's appointment. Only to find out what I already knew, which is I have arthritis in my knees. Like, congratulations, doctor. I was diagnosed with arthritis when I was 3, and it's in my whole body. But now it's confirmed I have arthritis in my knees. And my veins are good. My vascular system is top-notch A-okay. I'm not at risk of blood clots. Just the general, you know, the superficial, I'll be getting varicose veins, which, you know, I've had since I was like 20. They haven't gotten any worse, but they haven't gotten any better, and they'll never go away at this point. How did you lose all your levels? If I don't stream, then it doesn't count. You couldn't have lost all your levels. I forgot. I was sitting there like, what's happening? I did post an announcement in the Discord saying that there was no stream. People, come on. But I'm honored that, you know, you think of me as part of your routine so much that you forgot. I do appreciate that. Remember once I thought about it, but it's sort of, you know, wasn't thinking about it. I don't check Discovery. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm sorry. If you miss one day, you have 24 hours to retain the stream. I was not in your stream Tuesday. Oh. I mean, I did mention it a few times last week that I had an appointment. Even the week before that on the 25th there would be no stream. Death, they're just numbers. It's okay. They're completely meaningless numbers. It's okay. I don't think anything less of you for not having a stream streak. Sure, there's some people like Ross who are at like 90, which is insane, but they're just numbers. And I appreciate it every time. You didn't know? I'm sorry, man. It's kind of weird that you only have 24 hours. And not, you know, the next time the person streams. That's kind of shitty. Because what if the person isn't streaming again for, you know, like a week? I don't think it should work that way. Write to Twitch, tell them that this is a dumb system. Because I don't think anyone should lose their points if I stream, they miss a stream, and then I don't stream again for 24 hours. That's not fair. That's not your fault. If that's the way it works, it's a stupid system. But it doesn't seem like that's the case because you don't stream weekends. Yeah, but like, if you don't come to the Friday stream, apparently you would lose your streak over the course of the weekend, according to Death. Because if that's the way it works, that's dumb. I'm totally covering up my pigeon. Let's just get back to work. But yeah, if that's the way it works, that's a dumb way to work. Because like, if Ross would have to miss like a Friday stream, that means he would lose his streak come Monday. That's kind of silly. If that's the way it works, Twitch needs to change that because that makes it not fun. But anyways, we're gonna start working again. Another 15 minutes. I'm sorry you lost your levels again, Death. I wish I could restore those, but I can't. But thank you for coming anyways. I always appreciate you showing up, you know that, right? It doesn't matter whether you have a 3 stream streak, a no stream streak, or a 90 stream streak. I don't have a stream streak with anybody. So, you know, not even my best friends. So, yeah. They're just numbers. Don't be sad. Welcome back to Distraction. I hope people's working is going well. Mine's going alright. It's a bit slow. Work. Necromancer's still just working. Are you working on anything interesting that you can talk about, Necromancer? I'm always curious what my fronds do. The ones that do, like, real job. Spent your time eating food? Eating is good. My dad brought my tea up while I was AFK. I'm going to the little demon's room. Don't forget to stretch every once in a while, okay guys? I'm actually doing a little bit of writing, but also in between that, Yep, hydrate, stretch, take your meds if you haven't yet. Absolutely. In between writing, I'm also looking for stuff for my character, for LARP, because I gotta get some things done. Just walk around for a bit after eating. Good. Get some stretches. I'm taking emails from the inbox and forwarding them to the outbox. Good job. At least you're being paid for it. But seriously, I'm just fixing tickets I got this morning. And once that's done, I need to finish off some new software features, which are 90% done. Ooh. Kinda back, maybe. Need to take meds. You haven't taken your maracas yet? Scene change? What does fantasy want? Remember, we can also go to the train, too. Med check. Train. Writing. See. Go to locations. The garden's gonna be coming soon. I don't know when it's coming, but it's soon. Activity. Nope, that's lighting. Activity. Want writing by hand or typing? We even pet the bird. Ah! Why are we under the water? This is not the setting that I had before. Or maybe it is? I don't know. Let's do the countryside. It's pretty. We write by hand. Oh, he's reading a little book. Oh, it's so cute. Well, we're gonna turn off the keyboard typing noises then. There's no writing sound, which I am surprised by. Normally there's like a very common ASMR thing is the like pen scratching, pencils. Do we want the farm fields, or do we want, like, we can have a beach, or there can be the mountains, snowy mountains. I'm gonna put a mod out of the US flag be upside down. Yeah, really. You'd be in outer space. In the clouds. Snowy mountains? Okay. Oh. let's we'll put some snow in, and I think we'll just have that on. And we want the rails. Let me know if that's too loud. I'm gonna turn off the thunder noise for you guys, and probably the rain, because that's a bit silly. Just very, very light. Oh man, if I put that too loud, I'll fall asleep. Sound like line scratch. Oh, I don't usually turn that one on. Maybe a little bit more rails. Yeah, I'm surprised there isn't like a pen scratching to go with the writing. Can we travel through the depths of the 9 levels of hell? Is that an option? Unfortunately, that's not very cozy for most people, so I don't think it'll ever be an option, but you can suggest it. There's the city. Let's have the chain go a little bit faster. That's not very fast, is it? Why does it feel... There. Oh, the city, that's what I was referring to. Alright, get back to work! Welcome back to Distraction. It scared me. Let's go to hell. Oh, lol. Yeah, I'm looking for things for my character. It looks like I'm probably gonna have to make some stuff from scratch, which means I'm gonna have to get some brass and learn how to do hammering and chasing, and do my own metal carving and etching and whatnot to make the jewelry that I want to make for my character. So that's gonna be fun. Hooray! That's gonna be a lot of work. Better get designing. Cause like I found one of the pieces that gets commonly used, but the minimum quantity that I can order is 100 pieces. Oh, my window is slightly off. Oh, don't let me fix that. Oh. Why didn't nobody tell me that was like that? You're gonna tell me these things. I don't notice them sometimes. Well, you could have the American government, Fantasy. There's that much, at least. The government could be doing so much more. Yes, absolutely it could. We need universal basic income everywhere. It's just the way it is. We need to tax billionaires. Oh my god, it's so bright outside. Oh god, the sun came out and is reflecting off the snow across the street. Oh, I'm blind. I'm blind! I'm blind! Yeah. And welcome back, Ross. Oh, and I have to go sort of close my blind a little bit. Ah, it's so bright. Ah. Oh, it's too bright. I'm gonna block some of that light. You know what? While we're standing, let's go for a ride. Oh, there I am. Hi. We stand to work. Ross is making up stories again. Making up tales that just end up frustrating him more. Like, bro. Calm thyself. This is why we have video evidence of things, Ross. So when the Nuremberg trials do come, we'll have evidence. I haven't seen French Fry in a couple of days. I hope it comes back. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Try not to hyperventilate. That drink hit the spot. That's good. That's good. These rail sounds are making me sleepy. We're gonna do a quick change, because we had the 15 minutes. And go back to the bedroom. We're gonna go to the kitchen. Oh, you get to see the wardrobe for a second there. Wow. And where's our sounds? The rails are making me fall asleep. Oh, Alright, back to work, everybody. Yada! Spicy Senpai, thank you for joining us on the islands. My name is Seika. I'm a Demora, descendant of the Kyubi. That's the gender-neutral term for incubus and succubus. Welcome. We're doing co-working today. We do a lot of art otherwise. But I'm writing a book. But welcome. Fat B85, welcome back. It's good to see you. Definitely good to see you again. I'll see you in 12 minutes. We're working. We work. You're doing some book editing too? Ooh, we have a Discord. You can share your book stuff there. Here you go. We have a Discord for now. Till we find an alternative. Because fuck those guys. Trying to steal our data. Spicy, tell us what your book is about. And Fat Bee, how have you been? And know you, compliments are illegal. Ooh, space apples. That's fascinating. Book 17. Are you actually published? Same food on our Spirit City table? Hell yeah, sushi's great. I took my oldest and best friend from childhood out for her birthday just last night. We had sushi. Well, we have a self-promo section in our Discord. If you want to put a link, if anybody might be interested in reading Space Operas, definitely post that in our self-promo area in our Discord. distraction time. Maybe a little bit longer distraction time. Spicy Senpai, welcome to the community. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you decided to come by. We are always welcoming other artists, authors, etc. I'm writing a book called The Witch Hunter Society. That's something I've been working on the last 20 years. I've been working on it too long. I know you said BRB. I hope that was 5 minutes ago. Probably wasn't. So I'm probably just talking to air right now. Roman, welcome back. It's good to see you again. Fat B, also welcome back. It's good to see you again. Glad I set our thing to co-working today. Normally we're in writing and reading. Talking to air and with air. Why have you done this? Thank you for the hydrate, Neff. I'm just gonna guess at the 5 minutes. It's 11:20 now. So I'll put 11:24. We've probably been talking about a minute. I'm usually talking to the wall. I'm usually talking to myself. Let's quickly go do some cooking or something. Let's cook. Or shall we take lunch break? Yeah. Lunch break sounds good. Nom nom. I really want tomato soup. I should have picked up tomato soup yesterday when I was out shopping with my brother after my appointment. God damn it. I really want tomato soup. I need to go scrounge the shelves downstairs and see if we have any. You started your next art? Yeah! Visiting an old discontinued OC. Hey, sometimes revisiting a character can bring about a whole new story. Neff has gone for a nap in the shade. Enjoy your nap in the shade, Neff. Hope there's good weather today. I mean, it's here. Oh god, I opened the blind again because it got kind of dark, and then it got sunny again, and now it's blinding once more. But you didn't want tomato soup yesterday while you were at the grocery store. That is true. That is very true. I do have some ramen. I could make myself some ramen. My brother let me pick up some ramen for myself. My favorite one. My Nissin tonkatsu ramen. Because we were at the Walmart. Because the cat litter is cheapest at the Walmart. Unfortunately. It's a little olive monster. Post the old art of my library. Okay. Olives are delicious. It's the same issue I have when grocery shopping. I don't know what I'm gonna want in 4 days from now. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I want tomato soup. Because like, I only eat once a day, and it's usually just whatever my brother feeds me. His name is Ovil. It's like my dad, whenever he talks about Advil, he says Avdil. Yeah, I always keep forgetting I want tomato soup because my brother cooks dinner for the family and I only eat dinner. I eat once a day. Like to try making tonkatsu broth myself someday. Yeah, this one is the Nissin tonkatsu ramen with black garlic oil, and it's so good. And it's not spicy, so I don't die when I eat it. That's the one you get? Yeah, it's good. Ah! If it's not spicy, I die. Look, I can't handle spicy things very well, right? I try. I try, but yeah, honestly, like, the running joke is mayonnaise is spicy for me. I'm very, very sensitive to spicy things. You throw out the black garlic oil? What is wrong with you? Save it for me. I'll take it. Although it is probably just seed oils, so... Gotta get cheese to make real black garlic oil. That would be awesome. It's a spicy Japanese mayo from Zay. Yeah, just, only the regular Kewpie mayo. Kewpie's really good, though. Good mayonnaise. Takes like 6 weeks to make black garlic. Yeah, I'm sure there's a faster way. Probably involving a pressure cooker or something. $40 a bulb. Yeah, well, if it takes 6 weeks to make, if you've got a production line going, like, you're just once you get it going, you're basically just churning it out, right? A heated dehydrator. I've never looked into the making of black garlic, so I don't know. But we're gonna jump into another work session because we gotta get stuff done. So everybody, rate, draw, work. Distraction time. How's everybody's working going? Hi, Mules. Got a pose sketch. Yeah! Getting work done. Perf perf! My moderator arrives! Hello! Hugs to you. I'm glad that people actually get stuff done here. I'm actually redesigning Nameless's necklace. Well, not redesigning, I am refining the design. So refining. It sounded better in my head. I'm an idiot. It's fine. Ah, Mod is here! Everyone scatter! You slept late. Folks, Necromancer with the sword. Necromancer can't get away. Cannot escape. A lot of things sound better in a lot of our heads. That's why we have potato brains. Mashed potatoes. I have the power! There's some CNC going on in here. No, unless you're into it, hon. Yes, you see why Perf is my moderator. Read a sketch from a while back with some lines that at first sounded cool, but needed some revising so they flow better. Wait. Sketch with lines that sounded... You mean like writing sketch? I'm very confused. Because I'm a freak. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A comedy sketch? Ah, got some lines. Ross throwing down them bars. Now I need Because I'm a Blonde, but Because I'm a Freak parody song. Quick, someone call Weird Al. It was some kind of would-be lyrics to some kind of edgy rap song. More edges than bismuth. Indeed, more edges than bismuth. Yeah. Look, this is what editing is for. I'm sure even rap songs get edited very heavily. Unless you're one of those people who can just like freestyle. Which is something I can't even conceive of. I see people doing that and I'm just like, holy fuck. That's insane. How does your brain operate in such a way? Freestyle like Eminem in the day. Freestyling is impressive. Yes, it really is. I mean, I have trouble talking normally. Words are hard. And, you know, I'm a professional rhetorician, theoretically. I have a degree in the subject. Was I good at it? No. Notorious B.I.G. He had an insane flow, yeah. You don't do anything normally, say so. Yeah, no shit. I'm playing a Twincubus on the internet. And it's the cutest Twinkibus ever. Let me take a little pause. We're still talking. See one of the earlier rap battles with you. I'm offering consensual harm to your chat, so yep. Some people are into that. Joke's on you. I'm into that shit. Meh. It's like a little Skeletor meme. My sweater's on inside out. God damn it. I really need to, like, sew a tag into this sweater so that I stop wearing it inside out. You fell asleep? That's good. Naps are good. They're like yaks, but not. Necromancer just kidnapped me and stopped talking, so I'm guessing it's a no. Oh, capped me. Wait. He just what? Perf. Oh, Capid. That is not, I did not read that as a word. I did the thing where you just like replace letters and you're like, yes, this kidnapped. Wait. Capped. Wait. Capid. Yes. I am dumb. Or maybe they've been waiting silently like a good little boy. Do I have to go tell your wife? Do I need to tell your wife some things? My tea is cold. It is now iced tea. At least it's not steeped too strongly this time. Tell his wife he's a freak on the internet. I think she already knows. Alright. Next session! No more of this nonsense! You're incensing the QB. Christ, you... I love you. Distraction! Yes, I'm drawing tassels. Titty tassels. Oh, he's a Chaos Gremlin. That's how we met. That's how we became friends, because I'm not a Chaos Gremlin on my own. I am only a Chaos Gremlin when there is another Chaos Gremlin present. That's just how it works. Oh my god, we're already at the 3-hour mark. What the hell? Man, we did a lot of co-working. I did talk for an hour right at the beginning about stuff that was bothering me. What? Okay. Can you pick up some tomato soup for me?
Tomato soup of what kind?
What?
Like canned?
Well, yeah, Aylmer's better.
Okay, why tomato soup specifically?
I just want tomato soup. I've been wanting it for days.
I can make you some tomato soup fresh.
Okay.
Out of real tomatoes.
Okay.
I'm making tomato chicken thighs. Would that be a substitute, or do you want an actual, like...
I want tomato soup. I like tomato soup. Sometimes you just want the junk tomato soup. Sometimes you just want the junk tomato soup.
So the chunk tomatoes.
No, junk.
Oh.
Sometimes you just want a can of condensed tomato
Canola
soup.
oil.
Yeah. The Aylmer one is better. Cheese is going shopping again. I might get my tomato soup finally! Well, the thing with fresh made tomato soup is it tends to contain other things that I don't want in it quite frequently. But sometimes I just want a can of junk tomato soup. You're low energy today? I'm sorry, Fantasy. Let's find someone to raid, because it's raid time. Like, I didn't even notice the time had gone by. We're working so hard. Let's go find someone. Who's on? Oh god! Oh, I can hear myself. Shit. Fuck. God damn it, Twitch. Working hard or hardly working? Or hardy working. I am hardy working. I'm working actually on... Turn off Spirit City. I'm working on the necklace piece. Because I might have an in on the, food was so yummy yesterday. Yes, it was. I might have an in on the crafting team for Mythodia, which means I could get discounts on like tickets and like staying in a tent and stuff, and food for staff that's like made for us, so I don't have to bring as much stuff. Captain is on now. Is Captain streams? I don't think I have Captain's thing. You need to give me Captain's thing. What's he doing? But yeah, give me Captain's channel. I don't know what it is. Because he uses a different name here on Twitch. But yeah, I might have an in on the crafting team, and that's given me a little bit of a kick in the pants to be like, well, if I can get my costume like spot on this year, and I can have a portfolio of stuff that I've made and worked on and designed, then I might actually be able to have my ticket at least paid for, which cuts down my costs severely, and the same thing with food and whatnot. Oh, Well, we don't need that. Just stop. Just stop. Stop. Spirit City, stop. But yeah, I've got this necklace piece that I'm working on, and I'm probably gonna have to get the brass and hammer it out myself, or some sort of metal sheeting alloy that matches the gold that I want to use for the rest of my character. You sent me singing DM? We'll click on that. Oh, he's using his actual name here. Okay, well, we can raid Captain because he's a friend. I know him. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to make some of my own bits and pieces by hand, like the hammered necklace part. Because like I said, I found an option for buying the one that's normally shown in the pieces that get commonly used from China. And the minimum order is like 100 pieces. So I'm like, you know what? I'll make it myself. I'll learn some metalworking. So I'm gonna work out like a scrollwork design, etc. Well, Captain doesn't have a lot of money for like a good mic, probably, so. And Evan isn't on, Zio's not on, it's just Moko and C-Not. Tube is on too. So if you want to go to Tube, you can go to Tube as well. But yeah, that's what I was working on. And I was also looking through to see if I could find some manufacturers to order some things from China to put stuff together. But it looks like I'm only going to be ordering these little bulb parts, which are the palace bells. And I'm going to need to order a whole bunch of them anyways. But the like little red lotus bead in the middle, I'm probably going to make myself, because I've got the materials and the ability to do so. So, probably do that. But that's it, my friends. We're off sailing to other waters. Thank you so much for joining me today and putting up with my nonsense talk at the beginning. As it is. It was nice to meet you, Spicy Senpai. They might have shared their works to the Discord, so go check them out. We're always up for exploring new arts. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the end of the week. I hope you all have a good day. And remember, I love you. Bye-bye.